Welcome back to San Antonio Living. There is a new book out called Elora and Gasoline Alley, Making of a Kids Band, and it features the journey of a local band. And it's made up of members who are very young, barely teenagers, and a preteen. And to me, it's fascinating because this has got to be the hardest group of working young people that I've seen in a long time. And Elora is here, of course. You've seen them perform right here on San Antonio Living and the rest of Gasoline Alley. We've got Nick over there and Elise. And then in the middle, we have an author of the book and a librarian, Dr. Marcy Garcia. So thank you for coming here today. And usually when you come here, you perform, Elora, but this time we're talking about your book. And tell me a little bit about the book.
Well, it's basically about our journey and how far we've come and where we're going, and we're very excited, and I love it. We all love it. So
because
it's amazing.
You're just 14, right?
Yes,
and so you've accomplished so much. And I know that you're impressed by not only how talented they are, but how hardworking they are. Why did you want to put this in your library?
Well, you know, I've been a librarian for many years, and I was working with elementary school children for a long time, and I've read a whole lot of books. And so I think one of the things that really inspired me was, you know, when I would read to the students, I was reading books and nonfiction, bands, and a lot of the musicians I was reading about were older. And so I thought, you know, this will fill a niche. And I'm with the band all the time. They travel, and I started taking pictures, and, you know, I started thinking this would make a nice book. Kids could relate to it. They're the same age, you know, and I just thought it would be nice.
And it chronicles the last couple of years and shows not only the journey that the band is taking, but also some of the special projects, which not only is this band talented, and I know you had 80 tour dates or 80 performances in 1 year, but you also give back too, Elora. And tell me a little bit about that, because I've got it on the page. It talks about that, the Rock Academy.
Well, we all met at the Rock Academy, but I made an EP, Rock the Cure, Dance the Night Away, and 100% of the proceeds we're giving to the JDRF, which stands for the Juvenile Diabetes, because diabetes runs in my family and it affects everybody, and I just think it would be a great thing to give back. And so that's what I did, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And
of course, I'm holding up one of your CDs. What else is going on? I know you've got a lot in the works for 2013.
Well, we have the book, and we're really excited to be here with you, so thank you. And our next performance is actually at Morgan's Wonderland for spring break, so we're excited, and we're just practicing for our upcoming gigs.
And Nick, you're the lead guitarist. And tell me how much you practice a week and how dedicated you are to this.
I practice almost about every day. I just love doing what I do, and it just feels real good to be on stage. And I just love it.
And Elise, you're kind of the senior member at the ripe old age of 15. So why do you like being a part of Gasoline Alley?
Well, I love being in a band with two amazing people, and we've become almost like a family. Well, pretty much like a family. We're pretty much with each other all the time. And I love playing music, so it's just a great combination.
And there are a lot of young people who would like to be in a band, and what they don't see is all the hard work that it takes and all of the long hours of practicing. So what advice would you give to someone who would like to follow in your footsteps? Because you're on your way.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. Thank you. But I would say practice makes perfect, no matter what you do, whether it's playing basketball or, you know, doing dance, like Elise, she's a dancer at her school. You know, practice makes perfect, and that's all you can do is just practice.
And for you, Elise, what advice would you give?
Practice, yeah, and just having amazing support to help you. That's pretty much.
And it does take a lot of support, because I know that your parents are behind you to 100%, well, all of you, 100%. Yes. And that's something that even when I know you probably want to sleep in on a Saturday morning, you're out there. So what is a typical performance like for you? What does it take to, because people see you on the stage and they think, oh, you know, that's a glorious 30 minutes, but it takes a lot just to get there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of setting up and breaking down. Pretty much every performer knows that. Put our set lists out, set up our guitar, tune our guitars, set up the drums to carry the drums. There's a lot that goes into it, but in the end it's all worth it, hearing, you know, the applause from the crowd at the end of each song, so it's a lot of fun.
And that, I'm sure, is like a high to get the reaction, and you're just feeling that adrenaline going through your body at that point. And what's next? Maybe more books?
You know, we kind of joke about that a little bit, and I think we're talking about maybe getting a coloring book out there for the little kids, and this way they can kind of experience it too, and it'll be more hands-on. Who knows? You know, we just kind of tossing ideas around right now.
Now, we know it's at Zarzamora Middle School in your library, but people can buy this right now, right, on the Facebook page?
Yes, it's actually available through Amazon right now as an ebook, but it will be available through barnesandnoble.com and Amazon when the hardbacks are ready.
And are y'all going to have an autograph signing?
Yes.
Put that on your Facebook, or can you tell me now when it is?
Well, actually, we already had one, or no, we didn't have one, but they're in the works, and we're excited. So.
Yeah, and we're going to let you know that everyone can find Elora and Gasoline Alley online. Of course, you've got videos on YouTube, performances there, and Facebook as well. You get all the info, and I found a link there to buy the book as well. So check that out. Again, remember this group, Elora and Gasoline Alley, because they are going to, I think, just take over at some point. So great to have y'all here, and we'll be